Hello there, the Uneducated Businessman here with the theme of project management. What do you need to know from your staff if they're running a project for you, or if you're the staff running the project, what does your boss or whoever you're running the project need to know? For myself as a business owner, if there's projects running within my companies, I will insist on at least a monthly meeting so I can be informed of what's going on. Now, I'm going to want to know what the goals are still. Have they changed? Are they on track? Are they on track for budget? Are they on track for time? What resources do they need? What problems have they run into? What have they done about those problems? I'm going to need to get feedback on the management process. I'm going to need to know, is the project near completion? How much extra do they need, if they need extra? What extra resources? I'm not just talking about monetary, I'm talking about resources as well. What extra resources do they need from me? What help do they need from me? I need them to fill me in with every aspect of that project up to that particular point. And I like to see a breakdown of every week that's gone by. So I want my staff to keep records of everything that's going on. And we talked about in the last but one video, about keeping that track of what happened, what happens next, what happens next. So I can go through that with them and I can see how on track they are. But most importantly, I don't want them to sugarcoat anything. I don't want them to embellish the truth about what's going on. If they're way off track, I need to know, because we need to deal with it. We need to deal with it quickly. We need to put the contingency plans in. So this video is all about the importance of having that procedure in place to have regular updates. Now, what you need to report on is really where you're at, where you need to be at, how far off track you are, if you are off track, time-wise, budget-wise, resource-wise, and obviously if you're on track, brilliant, where you are and what's your expected end game, or end goal, I should say, or time for finishing. And if you can relay that to your boss, or if you're the boss and you can have that relayed to you on a regular basis, and I suggest maybe a monthly meeting. You don't want it too often because it gets in the way of the project. If people are having to take time out and they're having to come to you and stop working, then it's just going to be too much. But once a month is about right for me. I would suggest once a month, and just have a list laid out that you want reported on, and give your staff that list beforehand so they can come into the meeting. They know exactly what to bring, what you're expected, and make them 100% aware. You don't want them to hide any problems. You don't want to cover anything up. If they're messing up, you as the boss, you're there to support them. If they're not, you're there to reward them and keep them motivated. And as long as you can keep that on track, then you kind of, I wouldn't say it's game over, but you're pretty much almost, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but you're almost guaranteed that you're going to hit your goals. You're going to get there on time, and you're going to get there on budget as well. And they're two of the most important things. So whether you're an employee, you want to get there on time and budget for your boss, and whether you're the boss, you want your employee to get there on time and budget. And that meeting is all about making sure you're on track for that. So hope that was helpful. It's very, very important you do have regular updates with your staff, and it's very important that if your sponsor or your boss isn't requesting regular updates, you at least hold these with your team, so you know as the team leader where you're at every stage. Because if you don't know, and if you're not got any mechanism in place, any meetings in place to make sure you're on track, things can easily run. And this is all about keeping a tight-knit control. And and a lid on things so things don't escalate. It's very, very important you do this. Hope that was useful. I'm the Uneducated Businessman. I'll see you in the next video. Over and out.